Panakam everyone. Panakam is the way that you'd be greeted if you go to the wonderful southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. So Panakam means welcome. That's your word for today. Today we're going to share with you another cooler for the summer. This is from the state of Tamil Nadu but is popularly drunk in other states as well. This is a version of the southern Indian lemonade called Panakam. So Panakam is from the Sanskrit word which means sweetened water. So in this case, sweetened lemonade. What's special about this lemonade, you may ask? If you remember, or if you haven't seen it yet, we have already shared a northern Indian version, a Delhi street version of lemonade called shikanji. So that had roasted cumin, that had some black salt, that had lemon juice of course, and we had that with mint and with fresh soda. This is a little bit different, so we'll be using water here, but I want to introduce you to some very exciting ingredients, maybe some of these ingredients that you may have had in other dishes, but most definitely not in a lemonade before. So our number one mystery ingredient today is cardamom or cardamom powder. So we use that a lot, of course, in bakes and in sweets, especially Indian desserts. But this is something that we're going to add today for a very distinct and royal taste in that sense. So we're going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cardamom powder. Traditionally they use cardamom pods that are crushed and just added into the lemonade. That lemonade is allowed to sit for a longer period of time, and then the pods are removed or chewed on as you drink on them, right? The next mystery or wonder ingredient is ginger powder. So ginger powder is readily available in most supermarkets, even here in Finland. So we're going to use this to not only impart its flavor, but ginger has so many immune boosting properties. It also aids digestion, and you can keep listing the number of health benefits that ginger has. So we're going to use between 1/4 to or maybe a half teaspoon of ginger, depending on how strong you like it. So ginger powder is our other mystery ingredient. And of course, Panakam is Panakam because of the sweetener that is used. So we're using a very traditional kind of sugar, which is not only found in India, but other parts of Far East Asia as well. So this is unrefined cane sugar, popularly called Intiaanisokeri here in Finland. So this is a powdered form. Sometimes it's sold in a cake form, which has to be broken down and dissolved. But today, since we have the powder, we're using about 1/4 of a cup of jaggery, as it is popularly called in India. So this is going to give a very distinct, almost like a caramelly flavor to this lemonade. Can you imagine the flavors, the cardamom, the ginger, this caramel sugar in that sense, and then the lemon juice, which is our next ingredient. So lemonade cannot be a lemonade without lemon juice, of course. So we have about 1/4 cup of lemon juice here. Of course, you can feel free to increase or decrease quantities based on how sweet, how sour, how spicy you want this. But this is going to be topped off with lemon juice. And like I said, today we're using some chilled water. So this will be a water base. May not taste as good if you use soda, but of course go ahead and try if you'd like that. And we have a bit of ice. So the first thing that we're going to do is to dissolve the jaggery in a little bit of water. So I have about 200 ml or a little bit more of water here in this mixing bowl. So we're going to start by dissolving the jaggery in this water. Okay, so I had about 1/4 of a cup of jaggery. This is powdered jaggery, and I'm just going to add that into the water easy peasy. So we're just going to mix this with a whisk or use a spoon, whatever you're comfortable with. May take a bit of time, but it dissolves pretty well. Okay, so just try and get as much dissolved as is possible. Almost sounds like music. So we're whisking this, almost frothing this. It's fun, right? Get your kids to do this. If you have kids around, it's a fun activity. Making lemonade is always fun. So as much as you can, there are certain particles of jaggery which may be tightly clumped together, which may only dissolve if heated. So since we're not heating it here, it may not perfectly dissolve, which is why what we're going to do after we whisk this as thoroughly as we can is, and once we add everything into it, we'll strain this mixture so that when you finally drink it and when you finally taste it, you will not have any of these lumps coming in your mouth as well, right? So just going to mix it a bit more. Don't mind me. That's a beautiful deep brown color. So that's the color of jaggery. So we've got that done. I'll just set this whisk aside. I'm going to add in now the cardamom powder. So 1/4 of a teaspoon, depending on how strong it is, how strong you like it. So we don't need this to overpower, everything balanced, right? So after the cardamom, I'm going to go to the ginger powder. I'm going to add a little bit more because I like it strong, so a little bit more than about half a teaspoon or so, right? Okay, then we're going to add in the lime juice. So nice and tangy lime juice, right? And I'm going to add in more water, so I'm making about half a liter's worth here with this recipe. So I'm going to add that in. And of course, if we have chilled water, if you don't, you can add in some ice as well, and just a pinch of salt. Salt will help bring out the flavors a bit more, so just a pinch of salt, right? So give this a good mix again. So gave that a good mix. Let me just taste it a bit, see if there's anything we need to adjust. Yeah, so I can add a bit more lime juice. And I think it's generally good to go. So I can taste the cardamom, I can taste the ginger. So I think it's cool enough for me, so I may not add some ice. Ready to serve, but like I said, remember, if you're using powdered jaggery or whole jaggery, it may not dissolve very easily in cold water, so remember to sieve this through before you serve it, okay? Okay, so that's as simple as that. So we're just going to pour these into glasses. I'll show you how this looks. Yes, so it was as simple as that, with a little bit of a background commentary. Here is our Panakam. It's a golden brown lemonade, and let me taste it for you. This is extremely soothing. You wouldn't know if it's a dessert or if it's a cold drink, or it's just a mixture of so much, and it is extremely refreshing on a hot summer day, especially when you're losing a lot of body fluid, you're sweating a lot. This can replenish you really well. So do try it out on one of those summer days, or just when you're in the mood for something different. So today we made the Panakam. It was from the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. And as always, stay healthy and stay happy.